My lords, ladies, gentlemen, Field Marshal Limpopo, General Klaus von Rundstedt, the Albert Spiegel of the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, Colonel McGanderpoke, not forgetting his good lady wife. Oh, I beg your pardon. Good lady wife. Brigadiers, brigadarlings, officers, non-commissioned officers, men, non-commissioned men, other ranks, comrades of the Khyber. The toast on this festive occasion is Sybil, the regimental goat, with whom I should like to couple General de Gaulle. Not to mention, round the hall.
As this is a special show, especially mounted for this very special occasion, we are going to mark this very special day by doing the same old rubbish we do the rest of the year. First,
around town, a quick roundup of what's been happening in swinging London as opposed to dangling Bootle. Here with the inside info is trendy showbiz columnist Peter Nodule. Come in, Peter Nodule.
Shut the door after you, there's a draft.
Well, it's all happening this week.
No, not in here it isn't.
Yes, it's really popping all over town.
Plead the headache.
Hot news. Trendy trumpeter Herb Albert is in town staying at the Balls Pond Road Hilton with the Tijuana Brass. His only comment, we're just good friends.
And on the sporting scene, Daphne Whiteside reports.
At Wembley yesterday, the Dobby Royd-sponsored Horse of the Year show was won by Pamela Ormsby Foot. Her horse came second.
Finally, man on the spot, Brad Smallpiece, with news of current events.
There have been no events this week concerning currents, with a possible exception of an incident concerning a Christmas pudding and a workhouse master. But there is, however, many exciting happenings to titillate the visitor. Porridge tasting in the Crypt of St Paul's, a torchlit display of ferret sexing at the White City, and Otto Klemper at the Albert Hall playing selections from the well-tampered liver sausage. But I myself personally would plump for the Aldershot Tattoo, which can be seen nightly on the arm of Lance Corporal Grutt at the Jolly Embalmer High Street Aldershot, and depicts two heraldic camels entwined and the motto, "Up the Liberals."
Yes, well worth a visit, but here now to announce our next item is our own trendy announcer, Douglas you-know-who.
Thank you. That was, of course, Kenneth you-know-what.
Listen. No, don't. He's got no right to say that. He's only an announcer.
Oh, take no notice. Take no notice, Doug. Don't let him throw you.
No, you get on with it, Doug. Go on, gird up your loins.
Well, they're not actually mine. I'm breaking them in for Kenneth Williams.
I'll thank you not to bandy my loins about. I won't have me loins made a laughing stock. I'm not having me loins pilloried to make a Roman holiday. It's cheap and it's uncalled for, especially when you consider my stature. Am I not part of Britain's great heritage? I should be above ridicule. I am a sacred cow. I am. No, Ducky, I am. I am a myth in my own time. Myth.
What you do in your own time is your own affair,
darling Douglas, make the announcement.
The Round the Horn Christmas Colour Supplement. Now, this part of the show can only be heard in colour. First, the lively arts. Here in the studio tonight is that doyen of folk singers, a man who is no stranger than he ever was. Here he is, rambling Sid Rumpo.
Well, hello, me dearie-o. Sing roomy down and spong a twitty-o. For green grows the moss on my true love's core bangle.
Have you tried scouring it with steel wool?
I did, but it took the varnish off. Well, since I've been here last, I've been a-wandering over hill and dale, through bush, through briar, where the spotted curd wings low, or the bosky fields of grout and turf, and to where the high spume blows and the curlews grunge.
Grunge?
Yes, grunge.
I didn't know curlews grunge.
Oh, they do. You can't stop them. It's their diet. You'd grunge and all if you lived on a diet of seaweed and worms. Anyway, 'twas there, close by fabled Clacton, that I picked up this ditty. It is the Clacton Bogle Picker's Lament, sung by the itinerant lummock mongers of they parts, who hang about the foreshore, scroping their lummocks and munging them at passers-by. Which is one of the reasons why more people are going abroad than ever before. This lament is sung by an old lummock scroper and goes as follows. When I was 21, boys, me bogle did I plight, and many's the lummock I did scrope beneath the pale moonlight. Sing haul away me posset Meg, there's limpets on me dando. Now I am old and sear, me boys, me bogle silvered o'er. I cannot scrope me lummocks now, and me heart it is full sore. Sing pull away me posset Meg, there's barnacles on me dando. Now all you jolly sailor men who listen to my song, come plight your bogles while ye may, they don't stay fresh for long. Sing hurry up with the posset Meg, there's an octopus up me dando. Oh, that can be very nasty.
Well, thank you, Rambling Sid Rumper. You are part of England's living folklore.
Yes, you ask me, it's a law that should be repealed.
Finally, Round the Horn Christmas Colour Supplement takes a look at Christmas at the BBC. And in the Round the Horn studio, presents were being exchanged.
This is for you, Fiona. I hope you like it.
Charles, what is it? Such an unusual shape. But what a pretty ribbon.
I had them put it on in the shop. Do you want it now, or will you wait until after the Queen's speech?
No, Charles. No, Charles. Darling, please pass me the scissors. Oh, how lovely. Oh, you shouldn't have.
I wanted you to have it, Fiona. It belonged to my grandmother.
Thank you, Charles, thank you. But what is it?
My grandfather. Meanwhile, other gifts are changing hands.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Jewel.
Merry Christmas, Sand. Here, this is for you.
Oh, Jewel. Oh, how thoughtful. Oh, it's absolutely boner.
Yeah.
Oh, Jewel.
Made it specially.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, with your own hands.
Own hands.
Oh, you're so good with your hands. Oh, no, I envy people who can do things with their hands. Now, what shall I wear it with?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, how would it go with me velour trouser suit? No, oh, on me crushed strawberry PVC ensemble. With a bell bottom. What shall I wear it with?
Please yourself, it's a Christmas pudding.
And now it's time for the Fraser Hayes Four, a sort of gin-trapped family of singers. With their own contribution to Christmas, here to sing It Happened in Sun Valley, the Fraser Hayes Four.
It happened in Sun Valley not so very long ago. There were sunbeams in the snow and a twinkle in your eye. I remember and so did I. Howdy, folks, let's go for a ride. Get your favorite one to sit by your side. Cuddle up in the sleigh, giddy up, belly gray, and away we go. While we listen to the sleigh bells ring, yodeling to your baby. You'll be nice and warm no matter how cold you may be. Take a look at little Jack and Jill. They ski down a hill, that's a snowplow turn. And look, there's a spill on a hill. When you're down, it's a thrill to go up again. Everybody ought to learn to ski, for that's how we first met. We were that Jack and Jill that came down a hill. When I looked at you, my heart took a spill on a hill. It's a thrill I can't forget. It happened in Sun Valley, not so very long ago. There were sunbeams in the snow, and a twinkle in your eye. I remember, oh so clearly, that you nearly passed me by. Then it happened in Sun Valley, when you slipped and fell, and so did I.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Armpit Theatre.
The BBC, the studios which gave you epics like Les Miserables, Crime and Punishment, and Does the Team Think, would now like them back in exchange for their pathetic production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
My name is Henri de Lavatoire. I am a marquis, which means I can be hired for parties and functions. In medieval Paris, I am called a despot, but I don't make a habit of it. I have a small, unpretentious 4,000-room chateau in the Place Notre Dame. It's convenient for the cathedral. One day I was in my chambers, which is something like being in your cups, only larger. I was poring over an old, finely chased, bow-fronted peasant girl. Then there came a knock on the door. Entree!
My lord, the Bishop of Paris wants to see you. He's without.
Well, I'm afraid that's his problem. Got barely enough for myself. What does he want?
He desires an audience.
Well, tell him he can have the one on Take Your Pick. Glad to see the back of him. You'd better show his most reverend and noble grace in.
Hi, Gracie, you're on.
Good, my liege. Allow me to greet you in the traditional manner.
On the hand, Ken. You're supposed to kiss me on the hand.
I'm only doing what it says in the script, Ducky. I assure you there's no pleasure in it for me. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, Ducky, it's the writer's fault. If they can't be bothered to do a bit of historical research, I can't be held responsible.
Good, my liege. No. I have grave tidings.
What is it, good bishop?
Quasi-murder.
Not the poor, ugly hunchback bell ringer at whom the townspeople scoff.
The same. He's been insolent and rude. Yesterday at evensong, I was leading the choir through the nave, swinging my censer, and you know what the impudent wretch shouted?
No, what?
Go it, girl, your handbag's on fire.
Oh, what did you do?
What could I do, my liege? I gave him a mouthful of knuckles.
That's fine period dialogue, that is, isn't it? Mouthful of knuckles. Ain't it marvellous? That's nice Polari for a medieval bishop, isn't it? See, these writers have got no sense of period. Anything outside of a 4-ale bar shrouded in mystery to them. You want Christopher Fry for a job like this? You know him that wrote the Pologne's Not for Burning. Yes. No, he'd understand me, old Chris would. He could service me. I need servicing. How can I take a bishop without the proper servicing? Mouthful of knuckles. You wouldn't get a bishop saying that. It's ludicrous. I mean, he'd be unfrocked, he would. Unfrocked he'd be. They'd have his frock off him in no time. Lines like that, wouldn't they?
All right. Take out mouthful of knuckles. What would you say in his place?
I belted him one with my episcopal crook.
Yes, it's much better. It has the right ecclesiastical nuance about it.
Yes, Quasimodo must go. He's ugly, he smells, he's dirty, he has the evil eye.
The rest of him doesn't sound much to write home about either.
He is the devil's familiar. You know, I hate people being familiar. He is a witch, and he ought to be burned.
Well, this is a matter for the church. You, good bishop, must try Quasimodo.
Try him? Oh, you must be joking, Ducky.
Look, Ken, you're supposed to be playing my aide-de-camp. I'll thank you to give me a little more aid and a little less camp.
Yes, I'm sorry I spoke.
I bid you good day, my liege.
And turning haughtily on his heel, he gathered his mini cassock about him and swept out of the room. I forgot about Quasimodo in the next few days. I had other matters on my mind. A troop of Spanish gypsies had come to town. Their caravans made a gay splash of colour in the square below my window, and at night all the townspeople would gather to hear their wild gypsy music and see their exotic gypsy dancing.
And representing Southeast Europe is Sunny Zal and Edna Lippincott, who dances under the name of Esmeralda. She is wearing a dress that she made herself out of 140 yards of sequined horse blanket. Her balaclava helmet is encrusted with gilded senna pods. Yes, as she told me, she sewed them on herself. She and Sonny were last year's runners-up. Well done, Sonny and Esmeralda. Keep taking the tablets, dears.
Watching from my window, I was entranced by the fiery Esmeralda. She was beautiful, untamed. Her lips were a sensual scarlet wound set in a perfect oval face. Her eyes held a smouldering invitation to forbidden delights.
I should have played that part. It describes me perfectly.
Why didn't you get it?
I failed the medical.
Meanwhile, back at the plot, one sight of Esmeralda set my pulses racing, my blood pounding and my corn throbbing. I sent my servant to bring her to me.
Good, my liege. I've obeyed your command. I've got the Jippo Bodger outside.
Show her this way.
I think she already knows that way. In here, Mrs. Woman.
Ah, so you are the lovely Esmeralda whom all men desire.
That's right, dearie. You want to buy some clothes pegs?
Perhaps we should have given the part to Kenneth Williams.
Cross me palm with silver and beware the gypsy's curse.
But that's not the kind of gypsy we had in mind, Betty.
Oh, all
Start
right.
again, from your entrance. Ah, Esmeralda!
Si, senor. You wish to see me.
Among other things, yes. I'm getting on in years. I admit I'm not handsome, but I can give you things you've never had, like a good bath. Come to my arms, my proud beauty.
No. I am promised to another. I am betrothed to Sunny Zal, king of the gypsies.
A fig for Sunnyzal.
Oh, I'll give it to him when I see him.
Come here, wench.
Don't touch me, senor. I warn you. If you lay one finger on me, I shall kill you. I have a stiletto concealed in... Blast. I forgot to put him on this morning.
Oh, Esmeralda, let me smother you with kisses. There. Oh, I beg your pardon, not there. Just a trick of the light. Let me hold you like this, close to me.
Oh.
How do you feel now?
Wish they had given the part to Kenneth Williams.
Race.
Well, Esmeralda, you have but one choice. Take me as your lover, or I shall see that you are burned at the stake as a witch.
I shall never submit it to you.
Very well. Executioner!
Yes, master, what is your bidding?
This wanton wretch is to be burnt at the marketplace, or if wet, in the scout's hut.
How do you want it done, master? Medium or rare?
Oh, I'll leave it to you. You know how to go about it. Surround her with faggots.
Oh, everybody to their own taste. What time's fry up?
At noon today. Right, take her away, executioner. Do what you have to do.
You may do your worst with me, executioner.
Yes, I may very well. Come on, darling.
Meanwhile, in yet another part of the plot, other eyes were watching, or should I say other eye. It was Quasimodo. Enter Kenneth Williams with cushions stuffed up his jacket.
The bells! I must ring the bells! That's all I do from morn to night. Ring the bells! That's how my life is spent, but I love the sound of the bells. Yes, I do like a good ding-dong. Oh, woe is me! This burden I carry has been the cause of the trouble I'm in.
Ken, you should have the cushions stuffed up the back of your jacket, not the front. You're giving people the wrong idea of the sort of trouble you're in.
Oh, yes, I thought it was a bit odd. Now, where was I?
Pity poor Quasimodo. Why am I so ugly? Why do people run away from me? Who would have my lot? Oh, what a lot I got.
This is your actual tour de force, this is. It's worth a knighthood at least, this is.
But am I not human? Have I not parts and passions?
Oh, don't take a vote on it.
I love Esmeralda. I know I'm not much to look at, nothing to see, but I'm funny that way.
Well, I'm glad I got all that out of my system. Now we can get on with the story now.
The scene changes to the square in front of the cathedral. Esmeralda is about to be tied to the stake. The executioner prepares to ignite the faggots, when suddenly a hunched figure bursts through the crowd, seizes the object of his desires, and rushes up into the belfry of Notre Dame.
You'll be safe with me, my little beauty.
Hey, what's your game, mate? Put me down.
Oh! Blast, the wrong one. Darling.
You're wrong again.
Oh, beg pardon. There, Esmeralda. You'll be safe with me.
Who are you? Why have you saved my life?
Because I love you, Esmeralda. I want you. I need you. Stay here with me. I know I can't give you what other men can give you. Fine clothes, jewelry, gold. But I can ring the bell. Here. What do you say?
All right, don't overdo it, girl. Honestly, give it a line, she makes a career of it. producers thought she wouldn't carry on like this if she was under Tyrone Guthrie, I can tell you. All right, may we continue the performance, dear?
Me? Stay here with you? No, it could never be. I have already pollited my trolls.
Well, then bathe it 3 times a day in hot water.
I am betrothed to the king of the gypsies.
Sonny soul.
The same. Soft. Here he comes, even now.
Esmeralda, I've found you at last already. Quick! We must fly from the mob. I've saddled these 2 thoroughbred Arabian hedgehogs who will carry us right through the safety and art seeds at the end of the rainbow. Come, my beloved, my life, to far Tuscany, hard by leafy Whitechapel.
Go with him, my child. Alone. Poor Quasimodo's left alone up the belfry. All I've got is me bells. Oh, is that how I'm destined to end my life? Just an old, lonely campanologist. Hello? What's that? Ah, the mob. They are down there in the square. They are coming for me.
All right, Quasimodo, we know you're up there. Are you coming down, or do we have to come up and get you?
Come up and get me, copper. I've got a loaded gun here, and I'm not afraid to use it.
You can't have a gun, it's an anachronism.
All right, I've got a loaded anachronism up here.
Come down, Quasimodo, son. This is your mother talking.
Mother?
Yes, was the only part left.
Come down, son.
No, too late. I am going to jump. Oh, all right, if you insist.
Instead, I shall waft you round the world on a magic carpet of melody.
My song goes round the world.
In that case, I shall leap onto the bells and have a resounding tinkle from the play. From the play of the same name by N.F. Simpson, amateur rights available.
Don't look, Esmeralda. It's not a pretty sight. Don't look.
Why?
He's been crushed by the giant clappers.
Well, lads and lasses, that brings us to the end of the show. And on behalf of the company, I'd just like to say that if you've enjoyed listening to the show as much as we have performing it for you, then we all had a pretty boring half hour. Thank you, and good night, Macclesfield. Good night.
That was Round the Horn, starring Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick, Betty Marsden, and Bill Pertwee. On the musical side, you heard the Fraser Hayes Four and Edwin Braden and the Hornblowers. The script was written by Barry Took and Marty Feldman. The show was produced by John Simmons, and your announcer was me, lovely Douglas Smith. Younger than springtime am I, gayer than laughter am I.
Yes, Ducky, we've all got your number.
Kenneth Williams is now appearing in the Fairy Grotto at Belfridge's.
last wicket, what did you think of the programme?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, from start to finish. A certain almost rococo panache distinguished the stylistic quasi-Gothic mise-en-scène. I really think no one can argue with that.
Medusa?
Yeah, I quite agree. It was perfect.
Ramsden?
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yes, yes. Well, we obviously agreed. We all enjoyed listening to last week's edition of The Critics. Next week, we shall be discussing the Christmas edition of Round the Hall.
And here now, our special guest, who has flown all the way from Montenegro to be with us tonight, siffleuse extraordinaire, Gladys Mavrocordato.
Hello and welcome to the show. Thank you very much.
Good on you.
Yes, thank you. Well, of course, it's Christmas Eve, unless you happen to be listening on Christmas Day, because we're getting a repeat tomorrow. And if you are listening on Christmas Day, we won't be getting a repeat tomorrow because this is it. But to those of you who are listening yesterday, that is today to you, you can listen again tomorrow, which is today to everybody who isn't listening yesterday. Well, I thought I ought just to clear that up, you see. Now the first item. Now, who's our announcer?
Me, sir.
Good heavens, yes. Douglas Smith, you're still with us.
Yes.
I thought you'd have been put out to pasture with all this upheaval in radio.
Oh, no, I'm very adaptable, sir.
Say that again.
I now have a completely new Radio 1 image.
Really?
Yes, I'm calling myself Emperor Smith. Hi there, flappers and bobby socks. Yes, it's Doug time to dig Doug. Douglas Smith is wonderful.
Oh, stop it. Honestly, you sound like the Bach choir. Somehow. What's that you're carrying?
That's a sitar.
It's rather small, isn't it? I suppose it's a baby sitar, eh? Oh, dear, the critics. All right, Smith, swing into the announcement.
Right, sir. Ring-a-ding-ding. First, via radio link, we go to Mount Everest to hear how that daring mountaineer, Sir Fledermaus Bull Usage, and his loyal Sherpa Jam Singh are spending their Christmas. Are you there?
Yes, we are here on a narrow ledge on the north face. It's bitterly cold, and I have to keep talking to stop my Sherpa from dropping off. We've poured flaming brandy over the pemmican and twined holly round our pitons. And now we're about to pull a Christmas cracker. Are you ready, Jam Singh? Wake up, man, wake up.
Oh, yes, I am waking. I got chipped chapatis.
All right. Right, now here, take this cracker.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Pull! Oh, good. I've got a lovely little plastic novelty.
And I've got the paper.
And thank you, Sir Fledermaus, alone on Mount Everest. And another man working through the festive season is St. Pancras washroom attendant, Mr. Montague Gore Strangely. Well, now, Mr. Gore Strangely, I see you festooned the place with paper chains.
Yes. I made them myself.
Did you really?
Yeah, nice, isn't they?
Aren't they charming,
nice.
yes.
Yeah, not only that, I've written the words Merry Christmas in white paint on the roller towel.
Shows up very clearly.
Yeah.
And I left Mr. Gore Strangely secreting threepenny pieces in the bars of soap and looking at the cheery greetings on his walls. Well, now, it's the season of pantomime.
And so tonight, Armpit Theatre proudly and furtively presents Cinderella, or Through a Glass Slipper Darkly.
The scene opens on a village green. The villagers dance about gaily, the footlights lighting up their feet and the spotlights lighting up their spots. My name is Baron Hardup. I have 3 daughters. As Cornplaster.
Hello, Daddy.
Played by Hugh Paddock. Then there's my second daughter, Bread Poultice, brought to life by saturnine sex symbol Kenneth Williams.
Hello, Daddy. Look, hither comes Here. Look, hither comes Dandini, the prince's messenger. That's all I ever get, these plot lines.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. I bring you salutations and a message from your sovereign prince. Insofar as that this evening a splendid ball come cheese and wine party is to be held at the palace, all maidens are requested to attend for the purpose of a royal butchers at the local crumpets.
Meanwhile, back at the kitchen range is my third daughter, Cinderella, played by swarthy, guttural ex-bomber pilot Betty Marsden. She sits among the cinders, a rosy glow on her cheeks. Enter Buttons, woodenly recited by Douglas Smith.
Hello, Cinders, it is I.
Buttons. Buttons.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
See, I said he couldn't handle the part. That's giving a love scene to an announcer. Especially when there's professionals standing by. Yes, thank you. Yes. Here's me fobbed off with an ugly sister. Ugly sister, spitting a cough. I'm not being serviced on this show. No, I need the servicing, Ducky. I mean, I can cope with more than this, and this doesn't stretch me. I'm used to enormous parts.
Yeah.
I am. Yes, you know this.
All right, you can play Buttons as well.
Oh, good. But I say, sir, Mummy was listening specially.
Oh, shut up, Smith. Shut up. Smith,
Yeah, go
away.
on, get out.
Now then, re-enter Button.
Hello, Cinders, it is I, Cinders, Cinders. That's the way it ought to be played, you see. But a feeling, he makes it sound like 10 o'clock news, he does. Notice the timbre in my voice, you see. I can reach right to the back of the hall with me timbre, if I really try. And without your artificial aids, Ducky, I can tell you things make your ear curl.
Well, that'd be a miracle too, wouldn't it?
Oh, what a shame you cannot go to the ball tonight, Cinders.
I know, Buttons, and yet my 2 ugliest sisters are going.
Be not gloomy. I will cheer you with a song and a smile.
We're gonna hang out washing on the Siegfried line. Have you any dirty washing? Here, hang on. Here, hang on. Hang out the washing. Just how old is this script?
Well, What's the matter now?
I thought the pages were a bit yellow. Look at these jokes. Here, page 10. I hear Masso's just invented a new tank. Got it written here. 4 gears, 1 forward and 3 reverse.
Oh, dear, the critics is very good.
Oh, shut up. It's all very well for you. You haven't got to read it. Look, ration books, gas masks, fire watching. I can't read these after the sophisticated suave badinage for which I'm noted on international cabaret. Yes, I tell you, Ducky. That is the real writing.
Very well. Let's leave the kitchen.
I should think so. Masso, indeed. For disgrace.
The transformation scene.
Nice.
The lights dim, the music swells, the stage revolves, revealing to our astonished gaze, we're back in the kitchen again. Cue sax. Everyone has gone to the ball. Cinderella sits alone amongst the cold grey ashes, weeping softly and playing her saxophone. And hardly had she finished when a wrinkled old crone appeared in a twinkling.
Hello, old crone. Let me help you off with your twinkling.
How kind of you, child. I am your fairy odd mother.
There's a typing error. They missed out the G.
Oh, yes, yes. Gee, I am your fairy odd... You shall go to the ball centre, but I'll wave my magic wand.
Played by thin, rigid Douglas Smith.
And amazing things will happen. They always do when I wave it about. Abracadabra.
There was a blaze of magic light, and in a trice, Cinderella's rags disappeared in their place. Well, come on, Paddock. Shouldn't there be something in their place?
Yes, sorry, I'm still a learner with this wand.
I'm not very good at changing gear.
It is I, but here, go and put something on.
It's not my fault. Me wand's jammed in second. There, that's better. Abracadabra. There. A shimmering silken ball gown studded with rhinestones. How lovely you look.
Oh, silken ball gown. Yes, it's me. Oh, thank you, Fairy. Thank you, Fairy Oddmother. Now I can go to the...
I should be wearing that.
This wouldn't fit you. Look at you. Great rippling deltoids. Fists like smoked hams. You wouldn't get anyone kicking Sandy Betty Marsden's face. Now me, you see, I'm more your lithe, boyish type. Yes, I shall play Cindy.
Look, I'm not standing for this.
No.
I'm currently starring in Bride of the Swamp Monster. I've got billing over the title.
All right, Betty, all right. But you know what he's like. You see, our seat's made up to you, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know why you're battering her up. She's in the twilight of her career, she is. I've seen her in Bride of the Swamp Monster, and she don't wear makeup.
You're only jealous. I'm jealous because you did not get the part.
Yeah, she don't wear makeup. You're more a paper hanging job, you are.
Oh, shut
Oh, sorry, I spoke.
Aren't we all?
Yes, now. That's enough.
That's a disgrace.
Enough, everybody. Now, let's see, where were we? Oh, yes, the fairy godmother called for a pumpkin and waved her thin, rigid Douglas Smith over it.
Swish, swish.
Well done, Smith. And amazingly, the pumpkin turned into a coach. Walter Winterbottom, as it happened. Oh, you do remember. Good. And after that, she took 4 white mice, also played by versatile Douglas Smith.
Squeak, 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 sir.
Good man.
Thank you.
And the scene ends as Cinderella leaps on the back of Walter Winterbottom and is carried off to the ball.
Hey, what about the glass slipper and being back at midnight and all that?
Well, there's no point in making it stiff with plot, eh? Okay, on to the ball.
The Count of Monte Crick and the right unbelievable Letitia Fitzseldom, the pretender to the Sultanate of Silesia and the late Mrs. Bandersnatch, Cinderella and Walter Winterbottom.
And as Cinderella entered the ballroom, the prince saw her and started. The crowd around pretended not to notice. Before long, Cinderella and the prince were dancing together. The music swelled, tales from the Vienna woods floated upon the midnight air.
So anyway, dearie, you got me behind this tree in the Vienna woods. So I said, if you think I'm that sort of girl... right.
Laughter. Laughter and gaiety were everywhere. And joy knew no bounds. They had to throw her out in the end. Suddenly, the clock struck.
Bong, sir.
You get around, don't you, Smith? Cinderella ran out into the night, leaving behind her nothing but a glass slipper, a surgical stocking, a copy of Judo Monthly, a roll of wallpaper, and a plastic sink tidy. And the following day, the prince promulgated a decree in a public place.
Yes! The Prince hereby decrees that whomsoever this glass slipper, surgical stocking, copy of Judo Monthly, roll of wallpaper and plastic sink tidy fits, he will espouse.
The Prince and Dandini visited every maiden in the kingdom, trying it on. Finally, they came to my own abode, hard up who. Well, first cornplaster tried it on, then bread poultice, and suddenly, from the kitchen ran a tousled waif.
Let me try it on.
Nonsense! It would never fit you buttons.
I'm Cinderella now, you fool.
Oh.
Here, give me the blimmin' thing. There, see, it fits. Oh, Prince, Prince, when shall we be wed? Say something, Prince. Speak to me, come on, say something. Who's supposed to be playing Prince Charming?
Well, you are, actually.
Oh, yes. Oh, actually, this could be rather nasty.
Walking about with the script, too. And so, kiddies, the Prince in the person of Kenneth Williams and Cinderella, also in the person of Mr. Williams, were married and lived happily, if confusingly, ever after. Now, every year at this time I like to hold a party, but unfortunately the party I had in mind got a modelling job at the last minute. It was at the Merchant Seamen's Hostel, so I decided to invite a few friends round, and to help me with the arrangements I had Daphne Whitethigh.
Now, first, food. On these cold nights, your guests will really appreciate a good hot Madras curry. You can't beat a good Madras curry.
Well, that's true. The bits of mango spatter all over the walls.
Right. Now, for drink is, why not a non-alcoholic punch? Tasty, but not inebriating. Here's my recipe. Marinate some cenopods in elderberry wine, add a pint of prune juice, some rhubarb essence, and fig extract to taste. Top up with lemon juice, decorate with cucumber slices, and serve in individual cups. It's absolutely ideal if you want a running buffet.
Yeah, should make the party go all right. Thank you, Daphne Whitethigh. Ah, I heard the bell. It must be the first guests.
Madam Osiris wishes you the compliments of the season and brings you lots of luck and many roses.
Oh, Madam Gnome Clencher, let me take your hat, your coat, and your crystal ball.
Thank you.
And if you want to prognosticate, you know where it is. Right here on the hall stand.
I'm afraid I haven't brought you a present, but I'll give you a quick shufty up your zodiac. Now, let me see. Your Pisces the fish, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, your house is in the fourth quarter, rising over Capricorn with your nodes in the ascendant and Virgo in the broom closet.
Well, what does that mean?
It means watch out for Chinese armed with baseball bats. Argentine footballers and Negroes with red hair.
Negroes with red hair?
Yes.
Why should I watch out for them?
There's not many of them about.
Thank you, Madam Osiris.
Oh, don't thank me, dear. It's all in the stars.
Ah, yes, new arrivals. Hello. Why? Charles. Alone? Where's Fiona?
She's gone, Mr. Horne. Gone.
You mean lost?
Not lost, gone. She left this note here. Read it.
Q, when is a door not a door? A, when it's ajar. Why should she say that?
That's from her cracker. The note's on the other side.
Oh, I see. Now, what does she say?
Darling Charles. It's all over, my darling. I'm breaking it off. It could never be, my darling. Our love was a flash in the pan, a mere miasma, a few fresh, fleeting fragments of time. Snow in April, April in Paris, Paris in the spring, and spring in Park Lane. Sob, sob, gulp, gulp, gasp. It's all over Charles. Oh. It's all over Charles.
She writes very small, doesn't she? Charles, how long had you been together?
38 years.
38.
38 years of living and loving, striving and building, and remembering and forgetting, achieving and failing, groping and reaching, fumbling and finding, laughing and crying, and rabbits and landau, and Cholton come Hardy. Oh, Mr. Horne, with her gone, I shall die a little.
Die a little?
Yes, just here, the little grey bits over my ears. It'll take years off me.
Yes. And do you think that'll bring her back?
Back? Who wants her back?
Hello, it's Rambling Sid Rumpo.
Oh, hello, me dearie. Very nice to see you. Who'll spare a penny for a wandering carol singer, for there's rhyme on me cordwangle and a sprig of holly at me grusset.
Well, I'll get the pliers. So, good Rumpo, wouldst thou singst for the company?
Fine would I, only I'm under exclusive contract to Edison Bell. Still, seeing as how it's you, I'll burst forth with my air as follows.
Ladies and gentlemen, there'll now be a short wait. Oh, dear. Well, that was very good. Now for our next item this evening.
Now, here,
What?
I haven't sung it yet. It is called Good King Boroslav, and it goes after this fashion. Good King Boroslav looked out on the night of granges, saw them whirling round about, armed with rubber plungers. Brightly shone their artifacts, red their possets glowing. He knew not from whence they came, but he knew where they were going. Out he went into the snow, loud his lummocks ringing, with his moolies all aglow and his trousers clinging. Back he brought those grungers bold, stood them by the fire dogs, saved them from the bitter cold by thawing out their Yule logs. Those who would a granger be, take heed of this warning, for there is no guarantee you will live till morning if you wordle in the snow in a spot you've chosen. Dawn's first light is going to show your woggling irons are frozen.
And thank you, Rambling Sid.
Thank you, sir. Very nice of you to have me.
Well, now, while he was singing, two other guests arrived, listened for a moment, and headed straight for the cloakroom. Cause and effect, I suppose. I think they're still in there. I'll just check. Hello, anybody there?
Oh, hello, I'm Julian. This is my friend Sam.
Oh, yes. Oh. Yes. Oh, hello, Mr. Orr. Nice to bother you, Dolly O'Deek again.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be out as soon as Jules finished doing his raya. Takes him hours combing it so the join don't show.
Lady, you swore you'd never mention it.
You're so vain.
Ah, who's talking? Puts hormone cream on his knees, Mr. Orr.
Listen,
Yes, you do too. And anti-wrinkle cream on your elbows.
Well, if you've got good points, you might as well look after them.
And, Mr. Orr, do you know what? He goes to bed with a chiffon scarf tied under his chin, Mr. Orr. We all know what that's for, don't we? Trying to avoid telltale double chin.
It's not. It's to stop me talking in my sleep, and at least I don't wear a piece.
I'll give you a piece.
Piece, blow wave. I don't lie about my age.
Well, neither do I.
Yes, he does. He lies. Don't you lie. Mr. Orne, I've seen his Mons star.
Well, now, look,
I've seen it.
Come and...
I've seen it.
I'm sure you have, yes. Now,
honest.
come and meet the rest of the guests.
No, I don't think I could face anybody. No, I'm too upset.
Oh, come on. They're dying to meet you, and you did promise to entertain us.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to move from this spot. I'm not going to move till Sand apologises.
Never.
Go on. After all, it's Christmas.
Oh, it's Christmas. All right.
Now, shake.
Yes, all right. There we are.
There, good.
There was no warmth in it.
Oh, come on. Come on.
And it's all right.
Now, quiet, everybody. Quiet, please. Julian and Sandy have promised to entertain.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Now, with Jewel at the piano, we will give you a selection of campfire songs. You like warming your hands at the old campfire. So if you know the words, don't hesitate. Keep your mouth shut. Right. Jewel?
Yes?
Ready? All allow your lappers on the Striller's boner.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah. Trouble, I do. And here we go. He flies through the air with the greatest of ease. The daring young Ohm on his flying trapeze. His eek is so boner.
Oh, Pelosi does please.
And my love is stolen away. Then we stood up and wrote.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Sandy, dear Sandy. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Sandy, a hole.
Then why don't you stuff it, dear Julian? Then why don't you stuff it, dear Julian? Stuff it.
With what shall I stuff it, dear Sandy, dear Sandy? With what shall I stuff it, dear Sandy? With what?
If I were to tell you, dear Julian, if I were to tell you, we'd be off the air.
Well, that's it, and if we've managed to raise a smile this Christmastide and helped you to forget your troubles for half an hour, all I can say is you must be particularly easy to please. There you go. See you next year.
That was Round the Horne, starring Kenneth Horne, with Kenneth Williams, Hugh Paddick, and Betty Marsden. On the musical side, you heard the Max Harris Group. The script was written by Barry Tooke, Johnny Mortimer, and Brian Cook, and the program was produced by John Simmons.